We look at the situation that you are facing, the migrant crisis, which has been such a struggle for Greece, and Greece has had so much responsibility imposed on it. And I would say from an American perspective, not enough support by some of the larger European economies for Greece as it deals with a massive influx over the last 3 years of migrants and refugees in the Eastern Aegean Sea. But certainly that crisis, which has destabilized European politics, the United States ought to be very sympathetic and try to help Europe through that crisis. The rise of anti-democratic populists, and we Americans do not want to see Marine Le Pen succeed. We should not want to see Alternative for Deutschland succeed. We should not want to see Geert Wilders in the Netherlands succeed. We certainly should not want to see the success of Viktor Orban in Hungary, or the Polish right-wing government, or the Liga portion of the Italian government, because these are political leaders who don't believe what has been at the foundation of Europe for 75 years now, and that is human rights, the rule of law, democracy, freedom, all the things that have united us with Europe in the past. So I think a lot of us in the United States want to make sure that we're supporting the continuation of democratic governments in Europe. I say that I visited 6 European countries in the last 3 months on 3 separate trips, and I was really impressed by the degree to which Europeans are concerned about this threat from within of the anti-democratic populists. You know, we hear stories that Steve Bannon, formerly the ideological guru of the Trump administration, is trying to organize these anti-democratic parties in Europe to contest the European parliamentary elections in the spring of 2019. Here's a threat to Europe where the United States needs to be on the right side of the issue, and I fear that President Trump is not. I see President Trump being publicly critical of Chancellor Merkel, of Prime Minister Theresa May, and you all saw how critical, I thought rude he was to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at the Quebec G7 summit. And then you see President Trump reaching out to the Polish government, who is just in the Oval Office this week. And President Trump not at all critical of the democratic failures of the Polish government. President Trump supporting Viktor Orban in Hungary. President Trump supporting the anti-democratic extreme right portions of the Italian coalition government. This is a very disturbing development. We're going to have to argue these issues out on our side of the Atlantic. We have our midterm elections coming up in just 6 weeks' time. But it concerns me that the United States is not supporting Europe the way we should.